Let us continue the slides now. So let us see the next example. So a bag contains 1 to 10 numbers. So what is the probability of getting even numbers and also odd numbers? So here what is the experiment here? So here the experiment is nothing but selecting numbers from the bag. So that is called the experiment here, right? And here what are the events? So selecting even numbers, selecting odd numbers. So they are the events, right? So before going to do probability sums, so that is verify that which are your experiment and which is your event. Okay. So before going to the solution, you have to define the event also. Okay. So how many events are here? 2 events are here. That is the number of question here is nothing but number of events, right? So here number of events is nothing but 2. So let us take this one as E1 and this one as E2, right? And suppose third question also there, means you can take as E3. Okay, you can continue like this, right? So in formula, right, what is the formula for finding probability? N of A by N of S. That is number of event divided by number of sample space. So sample space is nothing but the total possibilities. Okay, so here the total possibilities is nothing but 10 numbers. So S equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 10. And N of S is nothing but the total count is nothing but 10. Okay, now we are going to define the event. So the first subdivision is even numbers, selecting even numbers. So how can we write the event now? So let E1 equal to the event of getting even numbers. So likewise you can define the events. Okay, so what are the even numbers are between 1 to 10? So 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, right? Next, after defining the events, we are going to write the number of events. So how many number of events there inside the bracket? So 5 events are there, 5 elements are there. So we can write as N of E1 equal to 5. Now how can you find the probability? We can define this, we can divide this answer by this answer. That's it. So P of E1 equal to 5 by 10. So after simplification, this is 1 time and this is 2 times. So 1 by 2, right? And next subdivision is nothing but odd numbers. So we can define the odd numbers by the event E2. Okay, so look at that. So the sample space is the same thing. Okay, the experiment is the same. So therefore the number of sample space is nothing but 10 only. So let E2 equal to the event of getting odd numbers. That is the second question. That's why I took this as E2. So what are the odd numbers are there between 1 to 10? So 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So totally how many numbers are there? 5 numbers. So N of E2 equal to 5. Now what about the probability? We can divide this one by this one. So P of E2 equal to N of E2 by N of S, that is 5 by 10. And after simplification we get 1 by 2. Right? So before going to do probability sums, first write your sample space. That means what is S. Okay. Then after that you can count the numbers inside S, that is N of S. Next, according to the question, you can name it as E1, E2, E3, etc. Right? Then after that we can count, we can write the what are the possible cases are under E1 or E2, everything like that. Then after that we can count the numbers inside the bracket and write it. And finally divide this answer by this answer. That is our probability. Right? Look at the next example. A die is thrown 1000 times. So with the frequencies for the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 as given in the following table. Find the probability of getting each outcome. So that is the question. So here in the table outcomes are 1 to 6 numbers are there. Okay. That is here 1000 times. Actually the die is thrown in 1000 times. So that is the experiment here. Okay. Now events, what about events? So find the probability of getting each outcome. So they are the events. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are asking to find out the probability of each outcome of all the 6 numbers. What about the probability of getting 1? And what about the probability of getting 2? What about the probability of getting 3? Up to what about the probability of getting number 6? So everything the events only. Right? So here frequency row also given here. So what is the frequency here? So here 179. So 170 is nothing. 179 is here nothing but out of 1000 times. So 1 occurred 179 times. That is the mean. and out of 1000 times, that 2 has occurred how many times? 150 times. Then out of 1000 times, 3 has occurred 157 times. And similarly, out of 1000 times, 4 has occurred 149 times, and here 175 times, and here 190 times. So that is the meaning of the given question, right? So next we are going to find out the probability of each of the question, each of the numbers. Okay. So now what is the probability of getting number 1? So it's correspond to 179 is there. That is 179 times. So the answer is 179 by 1000. So 179 by 1000. And similarly, what about for getting 2? 150 by 1000. And what about the probability of getting 3? 157 by 1000. And what about the probability of getting 4? 149 by 1000. And the probability of getting that is the probability of getting 5, 175 by 1000. And the probability of getting 6, 190 by 1000. So that's all. So in table itself already given the frequencies. Okay, no need to find out as it is in the previous one. Okay, so in your textbook also the maximum of the questions are given in the tabular column. So in the tabular column given means you can find out the answer from the table itself. That's it. Okay, so look at the solution here. So that is a procedure. First we found n of s, that is 1000 totally given. Then after that we have to define the event. Okay, so totally 6 events are there, 6 numbers are there. So E1 equal to, so what is E1? That is a proper way to writing the answer. Okay, so E1 is nothing but the event of getting number 1, and E2 equal to the event of getting number 2, and E3 the event of getting number 3. So likewise the event of getting number 4, number 5, number 6. So first we defined all the events. So next we are going to write what is E. Now n of E1 179. Therefore probability of E 179 by 1000. Already we found the answer from the table itself. That is from the question itself. So that is a procedure. Okay, how to write the answer. That is a procedure. Okay, the answer will be easy one. Okay, will be easy one. But the procedure to write the solution, that is a very important with the particular steps. Okay, with the necessary steps. That is very, very important. Okay. So next question, n of E2 equal to 150. So 150 by 1000. And 157 by 1000, and 149 by 1000, and 175 by 1000, and finally 190 by 1000. Okay, so everything we found in question itself. So that is the proper way of writing the solution. Okay, let us go to the next example. So look at the next example. A tire manufacturing company kept a record of the distance covered before a tire needed to be replaced. The table shows the result of 1000 cases. Did you understand the question? So okay, distance and frequency given. That is, what is the question means? Simply I am saying here. So less than 4000. That is when a tire needed to be replaced. Okay. So less than 4000 kilometers. So 20 times it is needed to replace the tire. Okay. And similarly here between 4000 to 9000 kilometer. That is 210 times we have to replace the tire. Okay, and similarly here between 9000 and 14,000 kilometer, 325 times it is needed to replace the tire. Okay, and similarly after 14,000, that is more than 14,000, 445 times it is needed to replace the tire. So that is the information given here. Okay, now read the question now. So what is the probability that, so the probability that, what is the probability that it will need to be replaced before it has covered 4000 kilometer. So before 4000 kilometer, they are asking the first question, before 4000, right? So, and second question, it will last more than 9000. So more than 9000 is the second one, okay, second event. So first event before 4000, and second one more than 9000. And what about what about the third question? So between 4000 to 14,000, okay, that is between 4000 to 14,000 kilometer. Okay, so we are going to find out the answer for them. Alright, so look at the question, look at the data here. So the first question is before 4000. So before 4000 means less than 4000, that is under this category only. So how many times? 20 times are there. So the answer is directly you can write 20 divided by, what is the total? So total, how many cases are there? 1000 cases. So 20 divided by 1000. So that is the answer for the first one. And what is the second question? They are asking about 9000 to 14,000, isn't it? So look at the question, second question. More than 9000. More than 9000. Okay. So more than 9000 means from the table. So what about the last two columns? So this one 9000 to 14,000. This one more than 14,000. But in the question they are asking above 9000. So above 9000 means starting from here onwards, right? Starting from here onwards. So we can include both observations, that frequencies. So we have to add both frequencies. So 325 plus 445. So we have to add both answers, right? So when we add, we'll get 770. So 770 divided by 1000. Okay, so that is our answer for the second question. And what about the third question? Look at the third question. So between 4,000 to 14,000. Okay, between 4,000 to 14,000. So 4,000 is here. Okay, starting this one less than 4,000, not at 4,000. Okay, so 4,000 starting from here onwards. So between 4,000 to, what is the question? Between 4,000 to 14,000 kilometer. So 14,000 is here. Okay, so the last one is nothing but more than 14,000. Okay, so we can include these two only. That is the frequency of this one is nothing but 210, and the frequency of this one is 325. So we have to add these two. So when we add, we'll get, so 210 plus 325. So if you add these two means, so 535. Okay, 535. So 535 will come. So 535 divided by 1000. Okay, that is the answer. Now we are going to see the solution by stepwise. Okay, with the necessary steps. So first in total cases is nothing but n of s 1000, and we are going to define the event. So define the first event. What is the first event? So before 4000 is the first event. So E1 equal to the event of the tire will be replaced to before 4000 kilometer, and next, and the corresponding value 20, we already have seen that. So 20 by 1000 is the answer for the first question. And second, how can we define E2 according to second question? So the event of the tire will last more than 9000 kilometer. So more than 9000 kilometer means we have to add the last two columns. So 770 we have seen already. So the answer is 770 by 1000. And the third one 535. That also we already have seen in the question answers. But that is the procedure, or that is the necessary steps to write in the solution. Okay, right. So I think every one of you understood this video, and probably is a very simple lesson, right? So in our textbook, just go through all the questions. So maximum questions which contain the tabular column only like this, right? So try to answer all the questions. Okay, and so in probability, while we are doing the solution, the two things very important. One is just identify the experiment in each questions, and second one, just identify the events and how many number of events given, that also. So according to the number of events, we can name it as E1, E2, E3, etc. Okay, so whatever it is, first one, the sample space is very important. So write S and then N of S and E1 and N of E1, and if you divide these two, that is our answer for the probability, right? Right. So I think every one of you understood. So if you not understand, just go through the video once again, and still you will have any doubt, just ask me. I will clarify your doubt, right? So let us meet in the next session. Thank you.